Hello. This is long overdue, and I've been stressed out all summer, not over this, but over different things. But I'm just going to get this out of the way now because I feel it would be rude to not have a video documenting how to complete the Scott Pilgrim any percent New Game Plus no out of bounds run, specifically the Average Joe one, which is, the one I ran. But here we go. I'm just going to show you the first stage here. I'm going to do this like in a stage basis. And I'm also using my segmented times because there's a lot of different RNG, and I figured it would be best to show the best thing you can get rather than show the subpar thing and the backups. I can just talk about the backups instead of showing you a bad run where I then have to explain what you should do if you actually get good luck. But yeah, this is my stage 1 segmented. It's the only sub 3 I've ever gotten. So yeah. Alright, first steps here. Hyper. Dash over here, up. And we're going to strong dash these two guys. And then right after we strong dash these two guys, we're going to run back and forward. That makes it so that one enemy that's off screen here is going to get a little closer to us. He's going to start running at us rather than walking at us. And we're going to use that to strong dash here and hit him off screen. You can actually see a little bit of the kapow thing. After that's over, dash over here with your hyper. We're going to dash here and then down. Oh yeah, right. This is a different strat. There's a different strat where you can line up all three of these guys. I forgot that I actually go for this in this. But you don't go down. You actually go here, dash back, dash forward, and you hit all three of these guys. I got unlucky, unfortunately. Even in a segmented run, there's going to be non-perfect RNG. It's just completely, unfeasible to get the God run, but this is as close as I've gotten. So, the backup for this wave and most waves in stage 1 is just going to be to throw out an unblockable, pretty much. So we get rid of that. I'm going to dash forward here. I'm going to do a sliding strong move, not a strong slide, a sliding strong move. If you know what slide jabs are, basically how you perform them is you dash and then you cancel your dash and immediately input your jab and it slides you across. You can do that with strong moves too. And so what I'm doing here is canceling my dash and doing a strong move. And the reason why I do this is because it's way less likely that this first guy here blocks this than he blocks a strong dash. And of course, because I'm just fantastic, I miss him. But of course, if you did hit him, you can just go down and unblockable the bottom guy. I got slightly off, like barely off, so I had to just do 2 unblockables. Okay, so I'm going to dash forward here, and then I'm going to dash back and hit these guys. The reason why I go for these guys first is because there's a mafia guy off screen here. And so you want to give him as much time as possible to get close to where he's supposed to be when you kill all these guys and then he comes in. You just want to give him that time. So we're going to go here, destroy these guys, and then forward. This is honestly insane RNG to have him stand down here and get both of them. I almost never have it happen. It is so likely that this guy just jumps and tries to kick you. So we're just going to unblockable him. And then we dash back, dash forward, because again, that'll make him so he runs at us off screen and not walks towards us off screen. And kill him. This guy jumps out of the trash can. He's our first optional enemy. You don't have to kill him. I'll get more into optional enemies in other stages, but... Well, actually, I will get into it later on this stage, but you just have to know some enemies you don't actually have to kill. You can just leave them be. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to get to the sign. I'm going to stop right here. I get rid of this guy, because even though he's an optional enemy, bringing him over here and killing him while the bus is transitioning loses no time, and it's just better because that means he can't cause problems. So I do that little setup thing to get him to run at me. So I'm going to go on this side, and once the bus stops, I'm going to move over here and do this reverse double jump. You don't actually have to do a reverse double jump. You could do pretty much whatever. It's just the way I consistently hit this enemy here. Because there's going to be an enemy that gets off the bus that you can't see, and you ideally want to KO him before the bus makes him visible. So I do a like backwards double jump into an unblockable, and that kills him. And because of that, we get the best possible transition here. I walk into here. I dash back, dash forward. If you lose a little too much time, you're probably losing hyper around here, which means you're going to slowly walk into the transition, but just make sure you hyper after. I'm going to lose hyper right around here. You can like barely see when I lose it. Oh yeah, it's more obvious than I thought it was. But once you run the game more, you'll get a pretty good idea of when you should hyper, and that was just like really good. If you can cast knives while you still have hyper, and then you lose hyper and regain hyper, that is like a sign that you know your timing. So all these guys are going to appear on screen. We're going to immediately dash into all these guys. There's one optional glasses guy that comes in here. I just got lucky and killed him, but he can cause problems sometimes. So we're going to do that, and then immediately I'm going to do an unblockable because this guy dashed. If this guy doesn't dash, you can like do just like you could either do a slide dash into him or a strong dash, but that might be slower for killing this guy later. So I'm just going to do my unblockable. I attempt to do a dash here because I thought he was going to back up, but he actually goes to grab the snowball. That's fine. We're just going to get hit, do that attack. It's the fastest move we could do. Ideally, I would say do an unblockable, but he just threw an object, so it's pretty unlikely he'd block. Again, once you run the game more, like I've ran this game this end boss rush enough to know some pretty crazy stuff that I probably should not know. So, oh well. This guy is gonna spawn over here as this guy spawns. So you got two enemies on this side. I just dash into this guy to kill him quickly and go all the way over here. The guy on this side actually is not one of these guys. The blonde-haired guys are very likely to block. The other enemies are less likely to. They still can, they're just less likely to. So I do my sliding dash because it has less end lag than an unblockable. But for this guy, I'm just going to strong dash into him. We get lucky here. Again, he could block that. You would have to unblockable. This is where the segmented run really gets its like good RNG going in this section. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up here. Go over here in between this gate. Strong dash. This is an attempt to hit two enemies. The first like purple-haired guy is pretty much always a guarantee. Like you usually never miss him. But the second guy can be pretty much anywhere, and this can like literally kill the run sometimes. Like I've had times where this strong dash doesn't work. I go back, I go forward, strong dash still doesn't work. I do it like 3 times in a row, and then I reset the run and cry. But yeah. Obviously, we get lucky here. You could see both of them dead. This guy's an optional enemy. Just move past him. If he follows you, just get rid of him, but make sure you're hitting these dogs first because these are the guys that actually matter for completing the run. What you're going to notice there is I strong dash the box, or sorry, I unblockable the box, and the box hits the dog. That can actually cancel any damage or knockback caused by the unblockable move, so you want to be careful when you're doing moves around objects. So I have to unblockable him again. Alright, so what's happening here is this guy is actually intangible until he completes his animation. But once he completes his animation, we're not going to attack him. We're going to attack a guy who appears over here because it's faster. Because if we went to get him first and then get this guy back here, it would be more running to the right side of the screen. And we just want to minimize the amount of time we're away from the right side of the screen because that's where progression is happening. So we're going to slide into that guy and just dash that guy. And now we get to dash right into the special stage. I know a lot has happened, and honestly, if you've made it this far and still understand what I'm talking about, good. I'm glad. Also, you're going to want to hyper here. This is where you would lose hyper most of the time if you have a decent segment between these hypers. Again, managing hypers, it's something that you have to play the game to get good at. Like you can't learn from a guide, because you have to feel the time losses or time saves you get in the moment and know when to hyper. Because if you hyper at the wrong time, if you still have hyper and knives gives you more hyper, it actually doesn't reset the timer. You still lose hyper at the exact same time, so it's really bad if you end up doing that. All right, so we're coming right out here. Immediately going to dash into this guy. Oh, that's going to appear here. I know you didn't see it, but I think that hits. That actually might have missed. I'm going to hope it hits, though. But then the optimal strat, you come down here to get this guy. And then there is another enemy here that you have to kill, I think. Yeah, okay. So both of those actually missed. These are the two guys that those strong dashes are actually for. The first one, I think, kills this guy, and the second one kills this guy. So unfortunately, got a little unlucky, but oh well. Again, you gotta remember, this is segmented. So like... Or this is just one playthrough. This is my best playthrough of stage 1. It's only segmented because it's just stage 1. Not that the transitions or anything are segmented. They're not. But yeah, no. This is the best RNG I've gotten. So you could get bad RNG too. Also, if I go back a little here, it'd be kind of weird not to mention this. Hold on. So you walk through here. You just want to walk along this edge, because anywhere lower is way more likely to get punched by an enemy or have bad things happen. But worth noting, this guy right here can punch you even if you're walking high here. And yeah, so just be cautious of that. He can punch you from behind. All right, we're gonna get rid of this optional enemy just to get him out of the way. I just kind of do a little, I mean, it's not really a buffer strat. I just kind of like know when to time it. That was just me doing random movements, but maybe you could find a buffer strat for it. I don't know. But either way, there are 2 invisible enemies, only invisible because they're obviously blocked by the bus, that you have to strong dash into to kill. You can see them right there. They're dead. This guy is bonus. Doesn't matter. We let him do whatever because the rounds still progress. All right, I'm going to stand right up here. I'm going to just strong attack these guys a bunch. You may say it might be slower to like spin or do another fancy move, but it doesn't actually matter. This entire wave, we're waiting for all the cars to pass. So that yellow car is always the last car. And what we're going to do is get precise timing on a slide. And if we do it properly, we hit this guy even before he comes on screen, and we can dash back to hit this guy. And this is honestly probably one of the best RNG points in the run, because this guy coming down at the right time to get hit by the strong dash is pretty crazy. All right, forward into here. We're going to hit this guy and that guy. This guy's going to appear on screen. This guy is what I like to call an imposter. He looks exactly like the person you're supposed to kill, but you're not supposed to kill this guy. This guy has already been on screen. Don't kill him. It's hard to tell the difference, but like you're just going to have to pay attention as you're getting rid of all these guys. So you just do 2 unblockables there, and I was paying attention, so bang. And we're going to go to the boss fight. Also, that guy with the shovel can hit you, but only if he throws the shovel. It's pretty rare. We don't have hyper here, but that's fine because we actually don't want hyper here. I recommend doing the match strat without hyper. It's harder to do it with hyper because you have to like cancel a whole dash momentum thing. With normal speed, you could just dash into him with the chair. Here you go. All right. This is pretty easy, but for some reason I get bad RNG pretty much all the time with it. I think I get actually good RNG this time though. So I'm gonna run up to him after grabbing the chair behind me, of course. So move slightly upwards, run into him, hit him 3 times, and then keep wailing on him, because these 2 hits are where I usually have problems. If Matt is too far back the second hit won't hit, and you'll have to throw the chair to kill him. But I actually get the good kill, which is just killing with the chair there. Early transitions, to my testing, and I've done quite a fair bit of testing, don't actually matter in story mode, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that is the end of stage 1. And if you thought that was, you know, you thought that was like bad RNG, oh look, he had to explain all these perfect strats even with, like, you know, and this is his best stage 1, what is that all about? It's because this game is insanely RNG. Like, it is mega RNG. Like, that was good. And as a matter of fact, I would argue, and I think this is, I could probably confirm this too, this is the best stage 1 that's ever been done, no out of bounds. So, yeah. Just keep that in mind, that even though I had to explain that, I would have to explain way more if I was watching the world record video, because the world record, I think, gets like a 302 or something. I don't remember. It's been so long. But yeah, there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys got a little bit of understanding out of that, because God knows that I've been putting this off for a while, and it's because it is very hard to explain this, because unlike Boss Rush, there's no title cards in between everything. You're just doing it. And it took a lot of time to get the strats down for just doing it, so see you guys.